So you guys are the EPs.
We are. We created the show.
All money bags.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Hey, 50% of something is better than 50% of nothing, right?
Exactly.
So the concept for the show, were you guys also writers or did you hire a writer?
Corey Marsh brought us in. This show is based on a book called Confessions of a 40-something F-Up.
Really?
Yes, and it was a great book. We loved the character. It's similar to the show. She writes obituaries, but in the book, she doesn't see the dead people that she's writing about. So that's the idea that David and I brought in when we were thinking of how do we make this a TV show.
And you know what I did love about it is the actress Gina. I did not see her as Jane, the Virgin, and I thought that when I saw the I think it's like the artwork for it, automatically I'm like, okay, but that didn't even cross my mind like through the whole movie. Yeah, so I did like that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
She's a hoot.
Yeah, she is a hoot.
Did you guys pick her or did she audition?
We had a meeting with her, and our other producing partners had sent her our script that we had written, and I think she got it on a Friday, and on Saturday she wrote back saying, I want to meet with them. So Casey and Gina and I sat down over Zoom and met, and we just all clicked right away, and it's been a love fest ever since.
How many shooting days did it take you?
We got 5 days per episode, and we did 13 episodes. So, yeah, we had a week or two off here or there, but pretty much we shot straight through.
That's what I love about series, because I always say the movie, because it just goes to the next one, and it just seems like one big long film that never ends, because when I start a series, I'm ending the series.
That's good. I like to hear that.
Yes, and it's one you could just watch to the next one, and she's like, in the beginning when she's like, you're not following me, why are you here?
Yeah.
But I'm like, is that like, always, I don't know why when I watch TV, I'm so into the television show that I'm like, do I see that voice or that other person when you're doing something and they're like, well, look at your life, you know, da-da-da-da-da, and you're like, I'm only child, so I talk to myself. But I did like all of it. So what is something that makes you say yes when somebody brings you a project and you look it over like the book and you know, like, I think we should move forward?
Well, for us, it's got to speak to us, and it has to feel like something we will be able to write for a long time. Initially, the title of the book is what got us interested. Casey and I tend to gravitate more towards female-centric stories, and this certainly was one.
Advertisers.
Yeah, exactly.
And really it was the character of Nell. We just really connected with her in the book. We were really interested in her. We loved how she doesn't feel like she's living up to everyone's expectations.
Right.
I think everybody can really relate to that. Yes. We certainly did.
Yes.
So that's really where it started. And then once we got Gina aboard and she just felt like Nell, we were just like, oh, there's something special here.
I love it. Thank you so much. Last question. How many times, how often is it within the year that something resonates with you, like you're like ready to move forward?
Boy, a lot.
I know you get a lot of projects that people, I have this, I have that.
Oh, you mean in terms of projects that come out? Oh, yes. Not that often. Not that often, actually.
That's why you were thinking what I was thinking.
Yeah,
you know,
not that
us
often.
ladies, we think alike.
Yeah, it's got to really... And I think you have to connect to it emotionally to be able to write it.
Yes.
You know, if you don't feel it,
yes,
it's going to be really, really hard to build a whole world around it.
Yeah, especially for series after series after series,
Yeah.
okay? And you're like, no, if I got to sit on that set, I better be having a good time.
Yes,
Exactly,
for sure.
exactly.
Thank you so much. Okay, so potential executive producers out there, don't say yes to stuff just because they have the money. Say yes if you feel it in your soul.
Yeah.
Or just give it to them.
But sometimes you have to do stuff for money.
Right, okay, a little shake. So you got to do something a little strange for a little change.
Yeah, pay your rent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
All
it.
Thank you. And Corey?
Other way around.
Okay.
And Corey.
Okay, let's scoot down a little bit. So I was asking your other executive producers, as I asked Minnie, What was it in particular about this film that made you say, this is the one? This is going to be our retirement plan?
For me, there's a couple of factors. The first people I met were Corey, Casey, and David on this show. And, for what I do as a director on the show, I really need to have a good relationship with them. I felt we clicked right away. And I've done a handful of shows where this comedy and emotion or comedy and heart is a big factor, and it has always been what I enjoy about comedy. And so this one clearly has great heart and great comedy, and so that was initially the first thing that drew me to this show.
And great talent. And what about yourself?
For me, it started with the book, which is called Confessions of a 40-something F-Up. And it just off the title alone, I was like, someone's going to love this, but let me see what's in the book. All I saw was the title. And I read the book, and it really resonated with me. The idea of starting over your life after a breakup in your 40s. Many people have experienced it, whether you're in your 40s or 30s or your 20s, and getting off the couch and being able to rebuild your life. I think that is a universal story. And then we brought Casey and David in, who came up with this idea of, what if she's an obituary writer who sees ghosts? Because that wasn't in the book.
I was just like, wait a minute, how did we get there to dead?
She wasn't that effed up.
Yeah, she wasn't that effed up. And then I was disappointed the day they said, listen, we love everything. ABC said, we love everything about it, but we can't use that title, which I knew was going to happen because it had a swear in it. Yeah. So Casey and David, I spent the week going, oh my God, we're never going to beat that title.
Right.
And I can't remember what the other two titles they came up with. There was one email on a Saturday that came to me. It had 3 titles, and the first one was Not Dead Yet. And I didn't need to read any farther because it had that like Goodwill Hunting type thing.
And it also, every episode is not something yet.
Right.
And so the main title is that. It really pulls it together nicely.
Yeah, I like it. I told them that when I saw Gina on the artwork, I'm thinking, because let me tell you, I can't tell you how many times I watch Jane the Virgin, like over and over, and I hate it when it ended. I was like pissed. Yeah. So I did not think about Jane the Virgin not one time in watching the series. Like not once did it even cross my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't many actors that you kind of truly encapsulate everything, right? And
yes.
She does it. She's the hardest working, most talented.
She seems like
she is an absolute joy to work with, and very collaborative too. It's like,
like
you go in there and
it's always spinning.
Hey, this is what you're going to do. It's like, hey, and we work around stuff, and she's really fun to work with.
Yeah, it seems like her brain is always spinning. Like, I don't know why.
She's an actress, she's a producer, she's a director. She knows all that stuff. So you can end up immediately a shorthand on set with her.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Because sometimes the producers are like, you're not going to produce this film with me. And then it's good when everybody works together. And the actors said they were like family. That helps. They all got along. They were mad when they were rapped. Because I'm like, those are like the magic words. Like, you're rapped. They're like, I'm rapped.
It's a really happy set. We don't really like to have bad people around. We use other words, but
the only thing I didn't like is that you guys did not come to Atlanta and do a screening or a premiere party. Why is that?
I mean, you're gonna have to ask. Hey, you know what? ABC should throw one here and throw a big party and spend a lot of money on it. You heard it from us, ABC.
Right here at the Four Seasons. Well, the party. Well, no, I got a couple of things in mind, ABC, in case you're listening. But yeah, we took that really bad.
Right now.
Yeah, Lauren.
And they should give every guest $10,000 for attending.
Well, let's not get carried away, but we can get $10,000 worth of snacks and food and everything else.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I could do a grand party with a $10,000 budget, because I want these actors on this show to just be like national, everybody. And I can do it. And one screening is all I need.
All right, we're back. You convinced me.
Okay.
Let's go.
We'll shoot season 2 here.
Yes, shoot it here in Atlanta. Everybody else does.
Yeah, there's 20% rebate to do it. We can have much bigger ghosts. Better special effects.
George Clooney's going to be our next ghost.
You heard it from Dean. George Clooney at a premiere party.
Okay, you know what? We put it out in the universe, and you were watching Upscale with Jonelle, and it's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
That was
you so
fun.
much.
Thank you.